Chips to Startup program. Now, actually, this program aims at creating a workforce which is skilled. Skilled in what? Chip design. Last week or last to last week, I remember we learned about Design Linked Incentive Scheme, DLI. If the startups are making designs and those designs are useful for the industry, then the government will give you certain incentives in the form of subsidies or tax rebates, whatever it is. But what about training the people for creating those designs? Does the government support or does the government have any scheme related to that? Yes, it is this Chips to Startup program of the government. And our Prime Minister says that the 20th century belonged to those countries who were having access to natural resources. And the 21st century will belong to those countries who are having access to human resources. And India is definitely positioned in such a way that we are having the highest number of people in the working age group, youngest country by age we are. We need to skill our workforce. If our workforce is skilled, then definitely things are going to change for the country and things are going to change for good for the country. So, background and strategic context, semiconductors have become a strategic foundation for economic growth, technological leadership and national security. The global demand for advanced electronics, AI systems and digital infrastructure is rising rapidly. The global semiconductor industry is projected to reach nearly $1 trillion by 2030. And at the same time, the global ecosystem faces a shortage of skilled semiconductor professionals. A lot of scope over here with the requirement of over 1 million additional experts by 2032. And this situation places India in a critical position to contribute skilled manpower in this domain. We have the people, we just need to skill them. Obviously, when I am saying we just need to skill them, don't focus on just, because that is also, skilling people is also a tedious task, and for that this Chips to Startup program is there. Now, India's policy response, recognizing chip design as a national strategic priority. See, this chip design and then chip manufacturing in the next stage. In both the levels, we need to be Atmanirbhar. Okay. And who will do the design? The skilled workforce will do the design. So, this Chips to Startup program is for creating that skilled workforce. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has launched multiple initiatives to strengthen India's semiconductor ecosystem. And these initiatives focus on talent creation, indigenous design capability, academic industry collaboration. So, these are the focus areas of this Chips to Startup. Nearly 400 organizations are covered under these efforts, which include 305 academic institutions under Chips to Startup program and 95 startups supported under Design Linked Incentive Scheme, which we covered last week or last to last week. What is the Chips to Startup program? The C2S is a national capacity building program which was launched in 2022. It has not been launched now, it was launched in 2022. National capacity building program means skilling the people. Implemented by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and total outlay is 250 crore rupees for 5 years. The goal is to build industry ready chip designers, promote indigenous chip design and support self-reliance, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat should not only be at that level of chip manufacturing, it should be at chip designing also. And when we will truly become Atmanirbhar in chip designing, when we will be having a skilled workforce. So, building industry ready chip designers, promote indigenous chip design and support self-reliance. Core objectives of Chips to Startup C2S, train 85,000 plus skilled professionals. Requirement is of 1 million in the entire world, and if out of 1 million 85,000 come from India, that is 8.5%. That is substantial. Enable hands-on chip design and fabrication, and encourage startups, patents, IP core development, and reduce dependence on imported chip technologies. When you will be having the designers, then the design will be here. If you will be having the design, then the product will be here, manufactured. Total Atmanirbhar Bharat. Who's being trained? PhD scholars, around 200 in advanced chip research. MTech, VLSI embedded, 7,000. MTech, ECE, CS with VLSI focus, 8,800. BTech students, 69,000. Total trained or enrolled so far, 1 lakh have been enrolled, 67,000 already trained. The target was 85,000 plus, so 65,000 have already been trained. Scale of participation, around 400 organizations involved, 305 academic institutions under C2S and 95 startups linked with DLI scheme. Open to students across India regardless of location. So if you are a student and you are interested in this, then you can definitely participate in this program and learn the skill in this sector. How the program works? It combines classroom learning, short-term courses, labs and projects. Strong focus on hands-on experience. The students work on ASICs, SoCs and IP cores, use real industry tools and foundries for their skill development. So how the things happen? Design to fabrication flow under C2S program. Design to fabrication, fabrication means you are producing it, manufacturing it. Okay. Design is submitted, chip designs from students, startups and institutions are submitted. Design compliance is verified, fabrication and packaging checks happen. Multi-project wafer planning means if this design can be used in multiple projects or not. We have to design in such a way that they are kind of generic and can be used in multiple domains. The multiple approved designs combined on a shared wafer. Fabrication and packaging, wafer processing, dicing, bonding and packaging. Basically this is one of the final steps before we deliver the chip. And last is packaged chip delivery, tested chips delivered to institutions. So this is how workflow happens. Role of ChipIN Centre, that is in C-DAC Bengaluru, Center for Development of Advanced Computing. It acts as a national hub for chip design. It supports 300 plus institutions in the country as of now, and it provides advanced EDA tools, compute infrastructure, IP libraries and technical mentoring also. Key functions: it collects student chip designs, verifies and improves designs, sends designs for fabrication every 3 months and has resolved 4,800 plus technical support requests till now. So C-DAC Bengaluru is doing this job. It is kind of providing mentors to the students who are submitting their designs for improving their designs and then sending those designs ahead to be used in the industries. Fabrication support is being given by SCL Mohali. Fabrication done at Semiconductor laboratory, uses 180 nanometer technology and process. Multiple student designs combined on a shared wafer. Chips are fabricated, packaged and returned. Result, students see their designs on real silicon. Means it is not only that the students are submitting their designs. Once the designs are submitted, designs are improvised, designs are scaled up, and then those designs are put into the chip as well. Means the designs are converted into a chip and then that chip goes back to the students. See what you have made. This is what you have made. It is just training. And if a design is so flawless that it can be used in the industries, so definitely it can be given to multiple industries as well. Patent filing and all is also being supported over here. Infrastructure and computing tools and labs, smart labs, FPGA boards, centralized and distributed, and Paramutkarsh supercomputer. It is also used for testing and all. So major achievements so far: 1 lakh users used EDA infrastructure and 175 lakh plus hours of total usage. 6 shared wafer runs completed. 122 chip designs submitted from 46 institutions. 56 student chips successfully fabricated and delivered. 256 industry-led training sessions. 75 plus patents filed and 500 plus IP cores, ASICs and SoCs under development. So this is what you need to understand. Startups research and innovation. How does it support the startups? Program aims to incubate 25 startups, enable 10 technology transfers, support defense, telecom, automotive, consumer electronics and industrial applications. So the outcomes, generation of 85,000 specialized manpower, out of which 67 have been already done. 67,000 have been already done. 20 systems, 175 ASICs, 30 FPGA based designs, incubation of 25 startups and 10 transfer of technology, ChipIN Centre for access of EDA tools, fabrication and design services, smart lab facility to train 1 lakh students. EDA basically stands for electronic design automation, and it basically provides the essential hardware, software and services, which includes computing, storing and all. That is what EDA is. Okay. Then 50 patents and 2000 publications have been done. Institutional framework behind C2S, Ministry of Electronics and IT is the nodal agency. Policy direction, funding and oversight, industry coordination is done by MeitY. C-DAC and ChipIN Centre in Bengaluru, design tools and mentoring, verification and fabrication coordination. SCL Mohali, fabrication and packaging, real silicon exposure for students. And why C2S is important for India? These are the points. It builds domestic chip design capability, which is very, very important for bringing in Atmanirbhar Bharat. It strengthens academia industry link. Obviously, when students are bringing in their development skills, so this is very, very important that academia industry link is being established. It creates job ready semiconductor talent. Students are getting trained, they are designing it, so they are ready for the industry as well. It supports Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Obviously, Atmanirbhar Bharat definitely is being promoted. Positions India as a credible global chip design hub. So, if this scheme becomes successful and we are able to produce quality, I would say, people over here through this scheme, then definitely this scheme will be effective and we will move towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. Truly, it is basically laying a strong foundation for Atmanirbhar Bharat for us. We can understand it in this way.